social media platform has been banned from state devices.
We learned the history of Simmons Elementary and Middle School.
A new sport has officially started here at Central.
And the boys basketball team is preparing for the up-and-coming season. Hi, I'm Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen, and you're watching Eagle Zone.
You might find TikTok on a lot of high schoolers' phone, but not state worker devices. Governor Kristi Noem signed an executive order banning the social media platform from state devices used by government agencies, employees, and contractors.
This order is in response to what Noem calls a growing national security threat posed by TikTok due to its personal data gathering operations. Its parent company is based in China, raising questions about access that country has to U.S. users and their information. Eagle Zone's Austin Erickson talked with students to see how they feel about the concern. Austin?
With national security concerns, Governor Kristi Noem has taken another step in becoming a secure state. By banning the app TikTok from all state-owned devices, she believes that South Dakota has been made safer. Along with a state ban on TikTok, Representative Dusty Johnson is pushing for a ban on the app throughout the nation on all federal employee devices, as well as on various agencies throughout the world. Despite the concern around TikTok amongst the leaders of America, many high school students think much less of it.
Not really. I think you just need to be aware of what all you put out there, but I'm not worried. No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Unless it's not bad, I think it should be fine.
If they want to go through my personal belongings and all the photos that I have on my phone or things like that, that's fine. Or if they even want to go and maybe even like my TikToks, that's fine with me.
I post it for a reason.
Though some don't have concerns, many do have worries surrounding TikTok and the spreading of their data.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's kind of concerning, my personal information being in another country that I don't even live in. It's a little frightening.
I think anytime you allow the Communist government of China access to your personal data is not a good thing, especially when the lead experts are telling us that we should probably not be on it. I would side with them. The U.S. military is not allowed to be on it, and now South Dakota state employees are not allowed to be on it. So I'd say it'd probably be wise just not to have TikTok on your cell phone.
With the uncertainty surrounding TikTok in the near future, one can only wait and see what comes of this.
Thanks, Austin. The government leaders mentioned in that report are Republicans, but both sides of the aisle are sharing concerns. Democrat Senator Mark Warner from Virginia chairs the Select Committee on Intelligence. He's also been vocal about concerns surrounding China's access to private data of U.S. users. TikTok CEO spoke at the New York Times Steelbook Summit this past week. He's quoted on the New York Times website saying, "No foreign government has asked us for U.S. data before." That reiterates what he said in a letter to senators in June when he said, "We have not provided U.S. user data to the Chinese Communist Party, nor would we if asked."
Aberdeen earned the School of Excellence Award at the State Oral Interp competition in Mitchell. 4 out of the 7 performances received the superior rating. Sadie Rapp with non-original oratory, Damien Sheets, Rogue Dunham, Carmen Huber, Mallory Buckhart, and Emily Tudor with Reader's Theater. Damon Sheets in storytelling, and Noah Compton in poetry.
The debate team is back from a Fargo tournament with wins. Abia George and Sammy Hagee took first place in public forum. David Schlotty is the new Lincoln Douglas champion.
I visited another elementary this week to learn about the person behind its name. I decided to take inspiration from Are You Smarter Than Senor? Take a look.
Here at Simmons Elementary, I quizzed the principal and the teacher about their school's namesake, John C. Simmons. But who was that?
A businessman in Aberdeen?
All I know is that he was a banker that donated money so that Simmons Elementary could be built.
Well, kinda. Banker, yes, but he was also part of the first state legislature. He was born in 1858, and 24 years later, he came to the huge Dakota Territory in 1882, settling in Frederick. Eventually, he owned over 5,000 acres of farm ground in Brown County. A survey was conducted in 1926 by then Superintendent O.S. Woods. Woods found that the elementary schools were too crowded, too close to the center of Aberdeen, and were starting to overlap. As a result, there were many traffic jams and little room to have playground space. With this problem, John Simmons donated 20 acres of land to Aberdeen for schools.
What year do you think this elementary school was built?
I know we have a addition that was built in the 80s, so I'm gonna say it'd have to be in the 60s, 65? I don't know.
Close, 1958.
I know you're not from the middle school, but what year do you think that was built as well?
Oh. 1956, so we're better than them. We were first. I don't know.
Well, actually, the original Simmons, now part of the middle school, was built and started enrolling students in the beginning of January 1928.
Simmons continued working for South Dakota. After becoming a state, he was even instrumental in developing the southern part of Aberdeen, continuing to help the community until his death on August 20th, 1954, age 96. We will continue to look at names of other schools in future shows.
Esports has started at Aberdeen Central, and that means a whole new roster of athletes. Eagle Zone's Kaylee Dutenhofer joins us with details. Kaylee?
Esports isn't sanctioned by the state yet, but Aberdeen Central's team is already practicing. It'll compete against other schools within the next couple months. At an esports practice, you'll see kids playing Rocket League and League of Legends, but team members say it's more than games.
What I am most excited about is meeting new people, making connections, and probably learning teamwork.
But now that we've started practicing, I think I'm looking forward to it. We've got a great team that coordinates pretty well, I'd say. We've got a ton of team spirit.
And some critics who weren't sure how they feel about esports, CHS teacher Eric Schophauser admits he used to be one of them.
You are telling me that kids can play video games and they call that a sport? I thought it was an absolute joke when I heard it, and I thought it was ridiculous. That was my initial thought.
But then esports started practicing in Schophauser's room after school, and he overheard their conversations.
And I heard one kid talk about this being the first time he had ever been part of a team in his life. I asked a student in my class what he thought of esports because he's on the team. He was so excited about getting jerseys and being part of a team and having the video game, I suppose, streamed so that his family can watch him compete, because he had said his family never really has seen him compete before. So when I heard all that, I went from thinking it was ridiculous to thinking it was very heartwarming, and I'm glad we have it.
Still, the students in esports know there are doubters who might even laugh at the idea of esports.
People don't see what video games can really do for people.
They can think what they want to think, but for us on the inside, we know what happens in video games. We know that this is an actual sport. We work just as hard as anyone else, and we get paid just as much as anyone else doing a sport. So in the end, who's laughing?
The money Pierce was talking about. There are pros in esports who make a full-time living. There are also students who earn college scholarships.
Thanks, Kaylee. Not every video game can earn you a college scholarship, but the ones played here at Central can. We'll be right back after these messages created by media production students.
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? What's good, man? Look at this, man.
Look at this.
What a loser,
bro. You're such a loser, man.
Get out of here. Yeah. Nobody likes you.
It sucks still being in high school, bro.
I want to be in college right now.
I'm the president. I can change the inauguration day if I want.
Dang it!
Winter sports teams have started competing. Jet Carlson joins us with sports. Jet?
Thanks, Jason. Gymnastics starts its season off by traveling to North Dakota to take on Jamestown. The Golden Eagles dropped the duel, but Mason Shutter is a top finisher for Aberdeen in the all-around, taking 5th place. Addison Evers took 2nd place on the beam. The Aberdeen boys wrestling team starts its season with a 3-1 record at Watertown Tournament. The Golden Eagles beat Millbank, Yankton, and Mitchell, and the team lost a close one to T. Winter sports are starting to ramp up, and the boys basketball team is ready to hit the hardwood. With the loss of a large senior class last year, this will create some challenges. Brent Norberg talks about how the biggest challenges they will face is experience.
Well, anytime you lose a bunch of seniors, you always wonder, what the new kids will do their first time out there. You have great expectations. I really like the kids we have coming back. I think we have the new kids coming in, plus the couple of the kids had some experience last year. But you always wonder how they're going to accept that first game or two. But eventually, we'll get better. We'll figure it out. Whether it's early or late. But you always wonder just how, because practice is one thing. Once you get in the game, it's totally different. So you just got to wait and see how it goes.
I'm going to ask Coach Norberg, what are some expectations for the team this year?
I think one thing that I expect is we'll have a group that'll play hard and play together all the time. I think they had a great summer. We got better throughout the summer. We had one of the most enjoyable summers for me as a coach that I've ever had, just because the commitment and level of our kids. I'm sure we'll have some ups and downs and some growing pains getting some experience, but I really think by the end of the year we can be a very good team.
We asked senior guard Spencer Barr about how the team plans to reach them.
You know, I think it really starts in practice, and I think that's going to carry over to games. If we compete hard in practice, which will definitely carry over to game time, and I think we'll be okay.
Norberg explains that the teamwork is going to be the largest part of the team's success.
Just playing together. I think the first time that we start trying to do things by ourselves, we're going to struggle. We got to do things together, as any team does any year. But this team especially, we have a lot of guys that complement each other. We have a lot of guys that can do the same things. We have guys that can shoot it. We have guys that can run and hopefully get out and defend and rebound. But we're really going to have to do a good job together. We're going to have to give maximum effort all the time. We're going to have to be on the same page all the time, and then I think we'll be successful. If we try to line up and do things individually, we're going to struggle.
Spencer thinks that even with the loss of a large senior class, the team shouldn't be overlooked.
Lack of varsity experience, kids are going to come to practice every day, play hard, come to their games, play hard as well. And I think people are going to overlook us, but I think we'll be a force to reckon with for sure.
Basketball teams have their first games this week. Boys play Friday and Saturday at home, and the girls team travels to Rapid City.
Thanks, Jet. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch our stories whenever you want by scrolling down to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeen.k12.sd.us.
We leave it this week with another look at Christmas lights around Aberdeen. Those are recorded by Austin Erickson. With Eagle Zone, it's your boy, Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen. See you next week.
Bye.